Hi guys, and welcome to your pick a card reading. I know it has been quite a while since I have recorded a video for you guys. I have been utterly busy, as I'm sure the rest of the world has been. So today I'm going to do this pick a card on how to get to your success, how to find your success. So what is blocking you from success, first of all, and second of all, how to obtain success, how to shift into alignment with success. Okay, so you're going to have three different options, and option number one is the Zen Garden. I did make these all myself, and they will be on my shop shortly if they are not already. So this one is a rose quartz and titanium sphere and quartz points Zen Garden. Okay, so this is a rose quartz. It's a very, very light rose quartz, but I promise you that is rose quartz. Okay, so that's option number one. Option number two is the peacock copper, also known as peacock ore, and the rainbow titanium sphere, as well as the quartz little points there. This is option number two, your Zen Garden. Option number three, if you guys watched my video where I talked about that dragon egg that my friend gave me and I broke, this is a piece of it. So it's very, very pretty. I love it. So there we have that crystal here. We've got the titanium sphere and the quartz points Zen Garden here. These are so pretty. Seriously, I love these so much. Okay, the timestamps will be down below in the description box. I do want to say really quickly, I apologize for not responding to your comments as of late. Again, I have been so busy and so overwhelmed. I am a mother of two, but I thank you guys for being understanding of that. Okay, so go ahead and go down below. There's a link for everything down below. There's a link to check out my website down below, www.theenchantedone.com. There's a link for booking a reading if you would like a personal, more in-depth reading just specifically for you. Now, these readings should resonate with you if you're here, but they are still general, so you will have to fit them how they apply into your situation. The personal readings are always spot on though, so if you want a personal reading, there's a link for that down below in the description box. Okay guys, there's also a link down below for my shop, but you can find all of that on my website anyways. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So again, go down to the description box for the timestamps to your selection. That way it's quicker, and I'll post down below in the comments, or someone else probably will, the direct timestamp so you can just click on it. Okay guys, all right, now for option number one. If you chose the rose quartz crystal garden here, let's go ahead and pull your cards. So what is blocking you from success? What is your advice for success? Let's go ahead and see. And I want you guys to keep in mind, success is something that's relative. For some people, success means lots of money, and sex and rock and roll. But for other people, it'll, success means like the 10 of cups. Success is that happily ever after. Success is, a big house with children, and, having your own business and being happily married. For others, success is traveling. So whatever, is success for you. Okay. Keep that in mind. Whatever you imagine your happiest, most successful self living. Okay, so let's see what's blocking you and how to get to a more successful place. All right. Okay, what is blocking you? Group number one. Oh, okay. That literally just flung onto my chest. Wow. Okay. I'm going to clarify this. But you've got number 10, rebirth. So right away, you guys are, there are some things that are being closed out of your life. You guys are shifting. You guys are transforming. You're literally going through a rebirthing process. But I want to clarify this. Okay, this card I feel wanted to come out. Okay, wow, this is so funny. Okay, so you guys know when you're completing something, it's like you're closing one door, you're ending one chapter, and you're starting a new chapter, opening a new door. So you're taking a leap of faith. It's a transition from one way of being, one way of experiencing your life in reality, and shifting into a whole new direction, and essentially tapping into an alternate version of yourself, or, you know, just tapping into just a better version of yourself. Hopefully better. For you guys, it is better though. Okay, but it's funny because this is what's blocking you. Clarifying the rebirthing card is the moon card. You guys might have some sort of fear or anxiety here that's kind of like, I don't know why I'm hearing lingering. It's almost like you guys have conquered a lot of fear. You've conquered a lot of anxiety from the past. And there's still some of that lingering here. I feel like you guys even like, you know, kind of dodged some tower moments here is what I'm feeling. And, you know, if you guys aren't familiar, a tower moment is essentially like when everything just comes crashing down. Everything you've worked so hard for just comes crashing down. So you guys have actually dodged some tower moments here, but there's still some fear and anxiety here lingering. It's almost like you guys are closing, you're cutting things out of your life. You see this camel here. This camel, you were this camel, and there's a lot of fogginess around this camel. This camel looks a little bit more dark, you know, so you guys were in a dark period of your life. You guys were very confused in the past, and it's almost like you're just now coming out of that, and you're shifting into this lion energy where you're being more courageous. But also I'm feeling that you guys perhaps had trouble with control, self-control when it comes to the carnal body, whether it was with food, whether it was with sex, whether it was with whatever, like some sort of compulsive tendency for a lot of you guys that you have been conquering and mastering, and you actually will. Some of you, you've already mastered that and you're already in this place here, but for most of you, I feel again that you are in the transitionary period where you are starting to master that, and you're still shifting. So you're not quite, you know, enlightened. And I don't want to say like, oh, you're enlightened, I'm enlightened, but it's just a word that we all understand and can relate to. So you guys are leaving darker periods behind and finally reaching the light, finally reaching illumination. And it's funny because, like, again, it's clarified by the moon, which is like a darker period, full of anxiety, full of confusion, full of sometimes feeling overwhelmed, and perhaps sometimes even thinking you're going crazy. So you're leaving that energy behind. For some of you, I'm also feeling like maybe you were torn between two decisions, torn between two directions, two people, something like that. But it's also clarified by the Fool. So this is much brighter. You see, this is the moon, and there's the sun here poking out in the background of the Fool card. So you guys, this is where you're shifting into the Fool, which is a new beginning, taking a risk, a leap of faith. So it's really funny how it just confirms this so clearly. So your block here is fear and anxiety, basically, and not knowing, like fear of the unknown, fear and anxiety of not having all the information. So that's really interesting. That's what's blocking you. You need to release the rest of those fearful thoughts, negative thoughts. I feel like there's old programming within the mind that needs to be reprogrammed. So, you know, speaking in terms of, you know, neuroscience, the more thoughts you think negative, the more those thought paths are paved within your mind, so it's easier for you to go back and think more negative thoughts. So you still need to reprogram your mind by thinking more positive thoughts and believing in yourself more, just a little bit more. You are being more courageous, and I feel like you're gaining more confidence in yourself, and true confidence, not just, you know, like Not just surface level confidence, it's actual deep rooted true confidence. So I see you guys gaining that, but that's another thing that's blocking you, is that you're not completely feeling confident. For some of you, you may not be feeling confident in some sort of decision that's taking you in a new direction, leaving whatever is in the past. So it's something like that. I'm just getting a few different messages here. Well, and it's funny, if this is in regards to money, I feel like this could fit a lot of different situations. It could be love, it could be, money, business. If it's in regards to money, which I feel like for a lot of you it is, it's almost like you want to quit your job and start a new job. That's something completely, totally different and new. It's a really good move for you. I'm not going to say it's a good move to do it right here, right now, because I feel like, again, you're in this transitionary period. Some of you may have just quit a job to start a new one. And it's kind of like this unknown energy. And it's funny because I feel like it's lighter than it would have been in the past. The old you would have really been freaking out. And you now, you're more balanced, but you're still freaking out a little bit here and there. This is what your message is. It's funny because this is supposed to be your advice. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. And then on the top of this deck here, we've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So it's very interesting. So for those of you in regards to money, it's funny because you're on the right path. You just need to release the fears. You need to release second guessing yourself. Even if it's not in regards to money, whatever decisions you guys may have made or are considering making, release the fears. But you guys are shifting into a higher frequency person, which in other words, you're becoming more positive. You're seeing more opportunities. You're enjoying yourself more. You're enjoying life more. You're becoming more confident. I feel like things are definitely changing for you. It's almost like for a long time, you guys have gone through a lot. You guys have gone through a lot of hurts, a lot of secrets were lingering in the air, whether it was your secrets or other people's secrets coming out, or just, in the air. I'm feeling like for some of you, there's like some sort of like unknown energy that you've been in for a while. And it's like, it's just too much. It's been too much. And you're coming out of that. You're like, okay, that's enough of that. I want things to be simple. I want things to be pure. I want things to be happy and jolly and good. So I see that energy coming into your life because you're attracting it by shifting yourself from within first. Okay. So your advice here is to make sure to stay grounded, okay? Make sure, again, to ground yourself. If you have negative thoughts coming up, I would definitely recommend that you meditate to release those. Meditate. Slow down. Become more aware and focus on the now. Don't worry so much about the future. Yes, you want to consider the future, but don't worry so much about it and let it, take you over and take your peace, because your power oh, bless me. Your power is in the now. Okay, but ultimately, you guys, another piece of advice here, because you did choose the rose quartz option right away, part of you guys shifting into higher frequency means you are going to be experiencing a lot more sympathy and compassion for yourself and also for your fellow man. I have a little scratch here. A lot more compassion and sympathy for yourself and others. So part of your advice is to open up your heart. Live from the heart. For a long time, you guys may have had a closed off heart because, you've been through a lot. You guys may have been through a lot. Maybe you don't trust people because of your past experiences. Well, it's time to open up. And yes, you want to use discernment, but you want to learn how to trust again, the right people, with your discernment, okay? So you guys ultimately ground yourself, open your heart, listen to your heart, make choices from the heart. Don't overthink things, release fear. But I see a lot of prosperity coming in for this group here, okay? Enjoy and peace. And also living more from a fun, I just see you guys having more fun. I feel it like, this youthful energy. And it's not like an immature energy. It's just I see you like, feeling alive again. So for a long time, you guys may have felt like zombies, may have felt dead inside. And I say that very lightly because I know that you guys are going to be feeling alive again. You're going to be able to feel again, and it's going to feel good. Now, the transitionary period you're in may bring up emotions from the past that may not have been so good. Like, there are going to be triggers, but it's okay because it's just a trigger. You can just get back on track, meditate, ground yourself, and I see you being fine, and eventually just, I don't know, living from your heart space and having a good time and making a lot of money. Okay, so that is your pick a card reading. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so at www.theenchantedone.com. You guys have an enchanted day. All right, now for option number 2. Those of you who chose the Peacock Copper little Zen garden here. Let's see, what is blocking you from your success? Which again, I'm going to say this again. I said it in group number 1. Success. The definition of success is relative. So whatever you find yourself to think of success, this is going to help you get there, okay? So first of all, what is blocking you? Let's see. Oh, this card flew out. These cards are flying out today. And it's interesting because I don't always read this deck reverse. Actually, I never read it reverse, but this one flew out reverse, and I definitely see why. This is the receptivity card, but because it is reversed, what's blocking you, and I'm going to clarify it, is you guys are closed off right now. You're closed off. You're not very receptive. Yeah, it's interesting. Wow, this is really interesting. It's clarified by the 7 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So it's almost like you guys, I'm getting this feeling that like you're being you could possibly be a bit impatient in regards to whatever it is you're manifesting. And it's funny because I'm sure you guys are thinking like, I've waited a long time. I've been working on this for a long time, for a lot of you guys. And the thing is, it's just like, you feel like nothing's changing, nothing's moving, and you're just a little aggravated. And it's interesting, I'm actually getting 2 messages for this group, okay? So there's a group of you guys that have been waiting and not seeing any changes. And it's interesting that this one came up reversed because the Hangman is here upside down, and then this one's upside down too. It's a body that's upside down. So you guys, it's almost like because things haven't progressed as quickly as you would have liked, it's almost like you started thinking negatively about it, or started like not believing that it would come to fruition, whatever it is you've been wanting to come to fruition. That's one of you. That's a group of you guys. There's another group of you guys that haven't been putting as much effort or energy into becoming successful. So it's like almost like you're wanting it to happen, but you're not doing anything about it. You're kind of like waiting for it to come to you, but you need to actually go out there and put more energy into it and be receptive of like the nudges. I feel like you guys have been getting a lot of nudges from your guides to like do it, like be more active, do this. And it's almost like you're like, I'll do that later. So that's 2 different groups of you guys for this pick a card, okay? Let's see, what is your advice here? Wow, it's so funny. Be bold and make the first move. And I'm going to clarify that. Well, actually, on the top of the deck, we've got the Page of Cups here. So you guys, you're being called to trust your intuition. Again, with the Page of Cups, you guys have been getting the nudges. You have the intuition that's telling you to which direction to head in, which move to make, but you're not making it. So your advice here is to make the move. Be bold. Go in the direction that you know your intuition's telling you. Trust in yourself, especially if it's some sort of creative hobby. You guys need to know, like, if you follow your passion passion and you pour your love into whatever it is you do, that it will flourish. You have to water your crops with love, with passion, okay? In order for them to grow big and strong and prosperous. And you know, the crops here are whatever it is that's going to make you successful, whether it's your business, whether it's your career, whatever it is that's going to make you obtain that success. You know what it is you have to do, but you haven't been doing it, or you haven't been doing it enough. Or for the group of you that I said at first that you're putting a lot into it and you're not seeing results, be patient, because you will have a lot of results. Okay, so there's two different groups. Either you've been putting a lot of effort into obtaining this some sort of success, and you haven't been seeing results, but you have to stick with it and have patience. For those of you who have not been putting in the proper effort, you need to be bold and make the first move, okay? That one was really simple and straight to the point. All right, so that's your pick a card reading. If you would like a personal reading, you can book one at www.theenchantedone.com. You guys have an enchanted day and night. All right, those of you who chose the Dragon's Egg Geode Buddha Garden. Let's see, what is blocking you from success? Now, this can be success in anything. Success in, you know, a weight goal, success in money, success at work, success at anything, personal relationships, you know, obtaining that twin flame union, whatever it is. Okay, so let's see, what is it that's blocking you? Oh, okay. Nothingness here. No thingness. I'm going to go ahead and clarify this. Okay. Right away I heard yourself. You are the block. Which more often than not, we are the blocks to our success anyway, so I'm not surprised to hear that, but I heard that very clearly and specifically for you. Okay. So, with the nothingness clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant, I'm getting that some of you guys have been like on this wheel, and right now this little devil here is standing out to me. I feel like you guys have been on the bottom side of this wheel. It's like you've been crushed by this wheel. You guys have been like through some stuff. You've been thrown some things. You've been through karma. A lot of karmic encounters have come at you, and so it's almost like, for some of you, I feel I'm gonna have to get a third clarifier. It's interesting. I didn't have to do that with the other two, but let's see. What's the third clarifier here? Wow, it's really funny. Okay. So it's funny because part of your advice is the Queen of Wands here, which I was gonna get to, but your clarifier is also the Queen of Wands from a separate deck. So, because it is obviously your block and also clarifying the Wheel of Fortune, which is a block, it's almost like for some of you, divine timing is at work here, okay? It all has to do with divine timing and going with the flow and doing what you can when you can. For some of you, you need to watch your temper for some reason. I feel like for some reason you need to watch your temper. For others of you, you may have been feeling like a shrinking violet. You may have been feeling like, you're withering away, or at least your confidence is withering away, or just you, perhaps in general, felt like you were withering away, like nothing was going the way you wanted. And I'm almost feeling for a lot of you like the joy was being sucked out of you. And it's interesting because with the nothingness, it's like no joy. I'm getting that energy of that feeling like you guys were in a long cycle with the Wheel of Fortune and the Nothingness card and the Queen of Wands, which I'm holding reverse because that's what I'm feeling. You were in a long cycle of feeling like the joy was sucked out of you. And for some of you, the Hierophant's here as well. For some of you, it could have been a relationship. For others of you, I just feel like it was karmic situations. So it's like almost like you were distracted by other things, other people, karmic situations, and feeling like the joy was sucked out of you. So it's like you didn't have the motivation. And for most of you, I feel like you were prone to self-sabotage. I'm really getting this self-sabotage energy where it's just, you know, whenever you got close to that success, you just like self-sabotage. So for one example would be if you guys are trying to lose weight and you finally lost like, you know, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, suddenly you told yourself, well, I'm going to treat myself, and you just pig out and you eat like crazy, and then you just fall off track because, you know, you didn't stick to it till the end of the goal. Which, I mean, you can have a cheat day, in my opinion. But whatever, you guys get the point. So self-sabotage tendencies is your block, okay, guys, for most of you. And also not trusting in divine timing, and also being more authentically you. Expressing yourself without fear of judgments, because with the Hierophant here, it's like a group mentality, you know? I'm really feeling like breaking free from the group mentality is going to break you free from this karmic cycle that you've been on. But I feel like you guys are breaking free from that already, though, because the Queen of Wands is in the advice spot as well. So you guys are breaking free from the old cycle that you've been on, that's been kind of like full of karma and self-sabotage and self-judgment and fear of expressing yourself authentically, fully. You guys are breaking free of that. Meditation will help you 1,000-fold. Your advice card here: balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. So you guys are being asked, again, to have more balance and to meditate if you can. So have a good balance between spirituality and practicality, because there's nothing that's really set in stone right here. And I'm going to look in the book on this one really quickly. They want me to. So let's see here. I feel like you guys have been overthinking, like seriously, you have like just been overthinking. And when you get to a better place, I just have this feeling that you're just not grounded enough. And you need to get out of your head and out of negative thinking. It's funny because it says, meditate every day and see what comes to you. Answers will come. Meditation. Some of you are in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition, it won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate. Avoid substance abuse. But anyways, also, so your solution is to balance spirituality and practicality. So you want to have the vision of success. You want to envision that, yes. But you also want to take the action and ground it down into the third dimensional reality that we're in. Being clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Three of Cups here. And it's funny because underneath that is the Four of Wands. As long as you guys ground yourself and have the balance between the two, between spirituality and practicality, I see a lot of joy. So that joy that felt like it was sucked out of you, I see it coming back. And I see like a lot of good times. I'm really feeling strong gatherings, like a strong feeling of like hanging out with friends more, going to more gatherings and having a good time, and being more confident and just feeling more, you know, just joyful. I see you guys feeling more, mainly really confident. If it's in regards to business, I see success and celebration and business expansion or anything business related. But anyways, and if this is about a relationship, I see marriage on the horizon. I see celebrations here. If it's about spirituality, I see you guys, again, obtaining more confidence, seeing the bigger picture, having a stronger connection to your intuitive insights, meeting soul family. I see strongly soul family connections being formed here, and just having happier times because you're happier with yourself. You're going to experience that with others. I'm really feeling that for you guys, if you've been feeling like the joy has been sucked out of you for a long time, you've been starting to feel it coming back already, slowly but surely, and it's gaining momentum. So now this wheel is turning over and it's turning in your favor. For a long time you've been on the bottom side of the wheel for almost all your life, for a lot of you guys, but now it's turning in your favor, and I see you having victory, success, and a strong will. I just see a strong will. Just make sure you don't self-sabotage. Make sure you meditate. Make sure that you connect to source directly by meditating. The biggest advice here I see is in blockage is, needing to ground your vision, ground it. So meditation is key here, especially for you guys. Okay, that is your pick a card. If you would like a personal reading, you can book one at www.theenchantedone.com. You guys have an enchanted day.